Since announcing her candidacy for the GOP nomination for president in 2012, Michelle Bachmann has gotten the history of the founding fathers wrong, claimed that Obama had released all of our oil reserves, said that the gay lifestyle is sad and is a part of Satan. She's also, along with Rick Frothy Mix Santorum, signed a pledge where she vows to outlaw pornography and which, among other things, before the authors hastily deleted it, made the claim that African Americans were better off during slavery than they are now. Her husband has called gays and lesbians barbarians who should be disciplined and educated, and their clinic, which receives Medicaid funding, has recently been exposed for practicing reparative therapy, which in layman's terms is called praying the gay away. In addition to Medicaid, her family has also received farm subsidies, both of which she claims to be against. However, throughout all of this, she has surged in the GOP polling, is running neck and neck with Mitt Romney, and even beating him in Iowa. All of this has garnered her intense media attention and scrutiny. So, of course, as predictable as her own menstrual cycle, it is time for everyone's favorite media skank, Sarah Palin, to show her ass to get some attention of her own. In an interview published in last Sunday's Newsweek, the Screech makes what pretty much amounts to the same bullshit claims that she's been making since 2008. The people of America are desperate for positive change and deserving of positive change to get us off this wrong track. I'm not so egotistical to believe that it has to be me or it can only be me to turn things around, but I do believe I can win. Well, I believe I can kick Mike Tyson's ass in the ring. I can take LeBron James to the hoop on the court. I can also hit anything that Cole Hamels can throw at me. I can turn a gray sky blue and make it rain whenever I want to. I can lay claim to all of these things, and to anyone who doesn't know me very well, it'll sound really, really cool. The reason it'll sound cool is because I'll never actually have to prove any of it. There's no chance on God's earth that I'll ever find myself in the ring with Mike Tyson or on the court with LeBron James or facing Cole Hamels on the mound. And that's the beauty of Sarah Palin and her relationship with the flying monkey drones who worship the ground she walks on. They all believe that she's the best thing to happen to politics since the push-up bra, and they all believe that she actually has what it takes to be the president of the United States. This works out well for her because as long as she continues letting her supporters, believe that she's serious about running for president without actually running, she'll never actually have to prove her claim that she can do the job better than Obama and that she can actually win. This is more commonly known as talking shit. Making a bunch of bullshit claims knowing full well that no one will ever call you on them and that you'll never have to back them up. The problem with talking shit is that it gets really, really old really, really fast. And silly Sarah is no exception. Her favorability ratings are somewhere in the toilet, and she's a distant third in the GOP presidential race. This can present a real problem for someone who's never met a camera that she didn't like. What's a media whore like Sarah Palin to do when the media gets tired of covering her? Well, on the remote chance that she might actually stumble upon this blog, I'd like to offer her some advice. Actually, it's more like a request. Sarah, either shut up and run or just shut up. Since being thrust on the scene in 2008, Sarah Palin has proven to be totally clueless about foreign policy, domestic policy, or any policy outside of Wasilla, Alaska. She's proven to be incapable of any degree of introspection or self-reflection. She is the perpetual victim and queen of the phony outrage who believes that any negative coverage of her or her family is due to the media making stuff up. In her Newsweek interview, she frustratingly asks, "Do people not understand why John McCain picked me?" Well, yeah, Sarah, we do understand why he picked you. He's a senile, horny old fart with dementia issues. And instead of picking the more experienced, capable, and obvious choice, the choice that may have won him the election in 2008, which would be Joe Lieberman, his people convinced him that it would be better to pick an airhead cornpone reject from the Star Search spokesmodel category, you, so that prepubescent fanboys like Rich Lowry can fantasize about you soaked up in a pair of Daisy Dukes washing the hood of a Ford truck with your twat. This, Sarah, is the depth and breadth of your worth to the Republican Party, a political pinup girl. But you believe that you can win against Obama and you would make a better president. Well, go girl. I mean it. Right now, enough with the phony campaign bus tours, which are really paid vacations for your family. Enough with the phony book signings where you sell books that you didn't write to people who can't even read. Get yourself up in front of the next available microphone and camera, look directly at the so-called mainstream media, and announce your intention to run for the 2012 presidential nomination. Otherwise, take your silly ass back to Alaska and watch over Russia from your house. President Obama came into office in the midst of the worst recession this country has ever experienced. 2 wars, rising unemployment, and facing a Republican Party determined from day one to see him fail. And not only has he not quit, he's raring to go another 4 years. You, dear Sarah, quit the one position of real prominence to which you were elected, governor of a state where there are more moose than people and the plants are smarter, because you couldn't handle Troopergate and the resulting media scrutiny of you and your family. Obama has had to face the Tea Party, birthers, deathers, tenthers, John Boehner, Donald Trump, and Fox News. You couldn't even handle softball interview questions from Katie Couric and Charles Gibson. Obama has had his birthright question, his education question, his religion questions. He's been called a socialist, communist, fascist, a Nazi, and not once has he batted an eye or returned a harsh word in kind. You got your bloomers in a bunch when a cartoon character made a joke about your kid. But you think you can beat Obama and be a better president. Well, I like that confidence in you, girlfriend. Prove it. Either run for the job or go back home and take care of your kids and your grandchild or grandchildren, whichever the case may be. You can say whatever you want about crazy-ass Michelle Bachmann and her crazy-ass closet queen husband, but at least she's running, and that's what makes her politically relevant. You, Sarah, have all of the political relevance of a Doc Johnson's blow-up doll. You're a cipher, a shade, a Jabberwocky, a has-been with an over-exaggerated sense of her worth to a party that has long since considered you worth less. You're a wannabe celebrity whose only claim to fame is that you have none. You're the annoying last guest at a party who lingers long after everyone else has left and the hosts are getting ready for bed. You want everyone to love you, but the sad truth is that other than your flying monkey drones, the rest of the country is just over you. Our eyes are over you. Our ears are over you. Our stomach lining is over you. Our brain is over you. And whatever part of the human psyche that keeps a person grounded, that is over you too. In short, America is over you. And a couple of books, a reality show, and a movie played to empty theaters aren't going to change that. You want everybody to believe that you can beat Obama. You want everybody to think that you'll be a better president. Then it's time that you cut the drama and cut the crap. Either run or shut the fuck up.